Well, here's a couple challenges then. This one I'm sharing because there's a nice message with it too. Dear Doctors LRR, I got myself in a bad headspace, but the Balopas was so funny. I have gotten back on my meds and started eating and sleeping after 4 or so days. That's awesome. Keep at it.
Congrats.
Anyways, every year I write to ask Ian to talk about what he has sous vide. What have you?
Himself, apparently.
Good.
His webcam
God,
currently.
Ian. It just gets worse.
Stop! There we go.
Praise Balopa and the healing therein. What have you sous vide most recently?
What was the last thing I sous vide'd? It's actually been quite a while since I've done an experimental sous vide. And I think that the last thing I just straight up ate sous vide was a steak. I recently bought a barbecue, and turns out you can do things both ways. But because it's coming up, and it's going to be, we're all stuck in the current situation. The last thing I sous vide that I was really proud of was a turkey breast for Christmas last year.
Cool.
And it was delicious. Sorry, Jordan, are you all right there?
You reminded me of a quick story about my father. So my parents have gotten into sous vide over the last year or so quite a bit. My uncle was definitely the one who started our family, and he goes hard, very, very hard on sous vide. It's awesome. But for Canadian Thanksgiving, my parents were celebrating it down the States, and they invited some of their bubble friends over for a Canadian Thanksgiving dinner. Rather than doing a whole turkey, my dad decided to do some sous vide turkey breasts. He's also a over-the-top gentleman who thought that because there were 6 people who needed to get 6 turkey breasts, you never need that much, folks. Nope. You're never going to eat a whole turkey breast yourself. Don't kid yourself. But you're supposed to put in a solution, right? A salt solution of, when you work it out, roughly about 1.5%, I think, is what you're supposed to in this case.
Brian?
Yeah, he might have hecked up a little bit and had a 10.5% salt brine solution, to which they were basically completely inedible. So your story just reminded me of it because I was laughing so hard especially because I didn't hear it from him. I heard it from my uncle, who he and I had a very good laugh at my father's expense.
Moreover, turkey breasts.
Yeah, basically.
You don't want to sous vide in your brine either. You just want to brine it and then sous vide it.
It wasn't a full brining solution like to sous vide in it. It was just something that this recipe said to go for. But big yikes.
Yeah.